confidence. Confidence goes a long way. We have seen the worst of the worst with unbreakable confidence. You cannot tell them they aren't the greatest thing that ever happened in music. Overly confident, and they suck. But they are so confident that they will make you question whether maybe you're missing it. That's the power of confidence. Now, how do we achieve confidence? And what is confidence? If I had to describe it, I'd say that it's a belief in ourselves, right? That's what confidence is. But how do you come to believe in yourself? Some say seeing is believing. Well, how do we see? How do we see? If you have never been on stage before, it would be normal for you to feel nervous that this thing might not go well. Anything that you're unfamiliar with, you're not going to walk in there with extreme confidence. Not necessarily. Not without some previous endeavor that you executed because you rose to the occasion. But back to the notion that seeing is believing, you now have an example that you can refer to. So because you saw that you were able to achieve that, you now have a bit of a belief in yourself. So what it comes down to is confidence comes from doing. I decided with these videos, I'm just gonna go. There's gonna be fuck ups. It's gonna look unprofessional. I'm gonna hold the fucking camera the wrong way. The setting is everything. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm going to have white in my beard. And that's against the rules of hip hop, because everyone in hip hop stays young forever. Nobody ages in hip hop. Every rapper is forever 21, okay? They should come with a discount. So, we're going to expose what the perceived potential weakness, right? Because not being a child in hip hop culture could be perceived as a weakness. Oh, he's old. Not so much anymore. But all of these things, to accept it and say, I'm putting myself out there, flaws, inconsistency in the way that I speak, poor quality in the beginning videos, and maybe even some now. Doing things the wrong way and being okay with that and putting it on display. That takes a certain level of confidence. Now, I have done things in the past that I would say has brought me to be confident, and I would say that some people are probably naturally more confident than others. Maybe it's a testosterone thing. I would think so. I would think that if you have less testosterone in you, you're going to have you're not going to be as proactive, right? But small successes build confidence. You will never have a small success if your avoidance of failure is paralyzing you. Some people become paralyzed because they have this notion that when they start, that their start should be perfect. That everything should be amazing. The reason why I didn't go I didn't pull out all the stops for well, let me get this and let me get this and let me get this and let me create a setup and do all of this shit, is because more than anything, I am going to walk the path. I am going to uh, trust the process, right? It's a very common thing you hear people say. How many actually really do it? The path will unveil itself as I move forward. So you will, yeah. How many of you have tried to pull a chick, cold call? I used to do it all the time. Do you think that I wasn't nervous? Do you think that there wasn't a slight fear of rejection? I used to get off the train. It wouldn't even be my stop. And I'd use that as the intro line. I got off the train to miss my stop because I had to talk to you. Okay? This is what I would do. These things are confident building, but it doesn't mean that you weren't nervous to do it. Anytime that I got on stage, I was petrified. It reminded me of when I used to call in for the results for an AIDS test. You used to be able to, when you fucked up, right, as a kid, and AIDS was like the worst thing that can happen to you. Not so much anymore, but my age group, we AIDS was like, that was like the death sentence, and I had an irrational fear of it. And I understand why. There was some things in my life. My stepfather, he was on heroin. He died of AIDS. So, psychologically, I'm sure that there was reasons behind that, but nonetheless, it's still a very scary thing. I get this thing and it's going to kill me and there's nothing I can do. I mean, that's a horrible thought. Anyhow, there was like a dermatologist place where instead of like a clinic where you'd have to wait 2 weeks for your results, you could just call in for your results. And the 2-week wait for me would be torment. So I didn't want to wait the 2 weeks because it was just like, like I would get like gray hairs. Like I would stress out so heavy over it. And I know I'm not, probably not, I'm going to say I know I'm not alone in that. I know there's probably a lot of people that like felt the same way. And so I would call, the emotions that I would feel in calling this place, waiting for that result, was crazy. Like the intensity of that fear. Do you know that I feel the same way before I get on stage? It's that intense. And do you know that if I don't feel that fear, I won't have a good performance? Now it's to the point that I need the fear. If I don't have the fear, I'm going to be worried. Where's the fear? So at least there's that. On stage, that energy transforms. I'm able to take that fear, very, very, very powerful emotion, fear. I'm able to take that emotion and I can use it. And it's going to give me what appears to be, I probably look like one of the most confident motherfuckers in the entire, I probably look like I have the confidence of a dictator on that fucking stage. Because it's just the fear turned inside out, basically. And So, but the point that I'm making is confidence is built. It's normal to be scared. If you're not scared, what did you accomplish? What did you overcome? Confidence comes from overcoming things. That's where the confidence comes from. So you're going to have to put yourself out there and be willing to fail. And be okay with the failure. These are jewels I took from Gary Vee. I'd hear Gary Vee talking. There was a lot of things that what do I know? I've always been a pull the trigger kind of person. I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'm not going to go, is this right? Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? I'm going to get in the game and I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? That's a strength. That's actually a good thing. But then I have a whole bunch of other shit that's not good. But what do I know? I'm somebody jumping in the game. You know, as time goes on, I'm learning from people who know a lot better. Who have the experience, or, however you want to look at it. Who've gotten further, whatever it is. People with jewels that I can benefit from. And that's one of the things that I learned. Where it's like, be okay. It's okay to fail. Don't be afraid of fucking failing. It's a part of it. After failing, you learn that I can survive. I can survive failure. If the girl don't give me her number, she don't give me the number. Someone else will. Someone's gonna give me the number. Somebody wants to meet it's not, if I get booed on this stage, there'll be another time. I'll redeem myself. Never quite got booed. Something like that, actually, one time. Audience was split. One crowd cheering, the other crowd's booing. It's a Dead Prez show. And here's my lack of confidence. Let me show you where not having confidence goes wrong. I'm at a Dead Prez show. I'm one of the openers. Fuck me. I went on after Dead Prez, actually. Dare I say they opened for me? It's not like they were opening for me. It just so turned out that way. So I go on after Dead Prez. And they up there with fuck Ralph Lauren, fuck Tommy Hilfiger, fuck all this shit. And now Dead Prez would bring a cult following. So they were called People's Army. So all of these people, right? The RBGs, People's Army, they all in here. And they all with the, fuck the polo, fuck all this shit. Here I am, I remember it. Hat, polo, shirt, polo. Where's Thurston Howell III when you need him? So, here I am, like, now I'm supposed to come up here with the poster of the very thing people are just fucking booing. Fuck me. I had dreadlocks. I take the hat and the shirt off. And so now I'm on stage with no shirt. You see what lack of confidence does? I don't know how I was confident enough to do that. I wasn't even working out at this time. And the dreads that I had, like on some Busta Rhymes shit. Half the crowd is booing, half the crowd is with it. So what? Shit, I would go on to tear down some big ass motherfucking venues after that. Shit happens. But we will never get confident until we overcome fear. You cannot be brave without fear. Fear is the very thing that makes you brave. And it's something that we all have to work on. And I'm still learning, and I'm still, to get out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I am on a path of personal development. Because for however, confident in my, whatever it is that I appear to you to be, I have extreme self-sabotaging habits that I have to learn to overcome, and I have to break through. And perhaps as these videos go on, I'll explain more of my background, but I come from a lot of pain. There is a lot of heavy, painful things in my life. And there always have been in my childhood. I did not have it there. There was some great times, but there was some serious fucking dysfunction. And it is what it is. But for whatever the case is, clearly I'm here today. I'm not dysfunctional. I'm pretty I think I turned out pretty good. But I'm making that connection that maybe some of my self-sabotaging ways have come from, maybe things in my past. I don't know. But generally most things do. However, whatever the reason is, the bottom line is it's the overcoming factor. That's what's going to build character. That's what's going to build confidence. And this is how we're going to break through. You don't break through by doing something that you know you can. You like when you get up in the morning and you dress yourself. It's like, do you feel like you conquered the world? You know how to dress yourself. But at some point in life, that was a very big accomplishment. So in order to grow, we have to see what that next step, what that next area is that will be that big ass accomplishment that will result in growth. And that's 18 minutes.